Welcome to Middle East Minute by Al Monitor. From our studio in New York, I'm Adam Lucente. Here are the headlines we're looking at across the region. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday that the ceasefire with Iran is, quote, over, declaring that it's a, quote, waste of time talking to Tehran. This followed the U.S. carrying out airstrikes on Iran overnight after attacks on 3 tankers that were trying to transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump added that negotiations could continue, leaving the door open for diplomacy. The Iranian Foreign Ministry said the strikes rendered part of the memorandum of understanding with the U.S., quote, ineffective, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, said it struck U.S. targets in the region in response. Reuters reported that at least 4 tankers that were attempting to transit through Hormuz made U-turns on Wednesday, and Brent crude was up nearly 6% to around $78.50 a barrel at the time of recording. U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth reportedly canceled on Wednesday a planned trip to Israel amid the tensions. And on Tuesday, the U.S. lifted a sanctions waiver for Iranian oil in response to the tanker attacks. Trump made the comments on Iran while in Ankara for the NATO summit. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan urged members of the alliance on Wednesday to lift defense industry restrictions between them, a reference to some initiatives that are restricted to European states. Trump said on Tuesday his administration would lift the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, or CAATSA, sanctions on Turkey, which were imposed after Ankara purchased Russia's S-400 air defense system in 2019. Trump's comments are the latest sign of the thaw between the 2 NATO members over the issue. Multiple outlets reported on Wednesday that Lebanese President Joseph Aoun will visit Washington and meet Trump on July 21st. The visit comes as Lebanon engages in U.S.-backed negotiations with Israel. The funeral procession for slain Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei reached Iraq on Wednesday, with mourners chanting "Death to America" and "Death to Israel" in the holy city of Najaf. Iraqi Prime Minister Ali Azadi attended a reception in the city on Tuesday night upon the coffin's arrival, and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian is also in Iraq for the ceremony. Zaidi is notably expected in Washington next week for an official visit. In the World Cup, Egypt fell to defending champions Argentina 3-2 on Tuesday, blowing a 2-0 lead. The Egyptian squad heavily criticized the officiating after the match. See the article I wrote with colleague Rosaline Carroll on what was said and the controversial calls. Morocco will face tournament favorites France in the quarterfinals on Thursday in a rematch of the 2022 semifinals, in which Morocco lost. In other news, the Iranian ambassador to Armenia said the Islamic Republic is ready to sign a strategic cooperation agreement with Yerevan. Look out for Amberin Zaman's upcoming piece on this subject. The Abu Dhabi National Oil Company signed a cooperation agreement with South Korea on Wednesday, relating to crude supply chains, and Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar visited Bahrain on Tuesday as part of a Gulf tour encompassing Qatar, Kuwait, and Oman. He is expected in Muscat on Thursday. Thanks for listening to Middle East Minute. For the links to these stories and to keep up with headlines from across the region, visit almonitor.com and subscribe to Middle East Minute on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.